Thank you. So yeah, if I could share on Purim, I met up with someone and I asked him. I said to him, "Would you please put on tefillin?" And the guy said, "Oh no, I'm allergic to leather all over my hand. I don't want to, I don't feel comfortable doing it." So I said to him, "Oh, okay, you're allergic to leather on your hand, but you can put tefillin on your head." He's like totally, he like lit up. He was like, "Wow, that I have no problem doing," and like literally ran to get my like he like ran with me to get the tefillin and put it on his head, and he was so happy to be able to do that part of the mitzvah. And for me, I felt so good because like, whoa, I did something right. Often you don't know if you're doing what's right or what's wrong. And here it was so clear by his facial expressions how he lit up and how he was like, "Yeah, I'm so happy to do this phone. I just have now between me and you, he's probably not allergic to leather. He probably has some sort of trauma or some sort of uncomfortability. I can't understand it. I wouldn't go to the extreme that it's life threatening or anything near that. But for whatever reason, his personality, he had a bad experience with putting the tefillin on his hand. Maybe it was wound up too tight. I have no idea. But my point was that by finding that thing that he did enjoy, that he did want to experience, the part of that was pleasant for him, he literally like lit up, and for the rest of the night we were having a great time together, and it was a very deep bonding experience. So why am I sharing that? At least I see it within the Chabad houses. A guy shows up to shul. Nobody asks, "How did he get here?" Nobody asks. A guy's phone rings. Everybody laughs. That's the oh, no problem, right? And then when we're within the Chabad community, when we grew up, within, and it's something to me that's very that I think I'm sharing with you. It was interesting because today Noach walked in and he's like, "Man, if carrots were here, that would hit the spot." And I'm like, "Carrots? That doesn't even go anywhere near my brain right now, carrots. Like, I can think of a lot of things I would want this morning. Smoothie, a steak, a lot of things that I could go for 7 a.m. But carrots, it's just not on the list." Oh, my God. Great mind. Right? Imagine such a world, There you go. I think, by the way, I think you just proved everything I believe, by the way, which is that it's so easy to access. Do you see that? Do you see that? Like, imagine that the guy's dream comes true because I'm able to be aware of it. I mean, anyway, so I don't know how much time I have over here, so you'll. So Mashiach should come right now. We should 13 guys together make this happen in this environment.
Okay. Woohoo! Number 3. Thank you very much. You want to start us off with that number 1 over there?
You start.
Ready? Start.
I would like to.
You want to start? I want to be last. So perfect.
I would like to point out, first of all, Baruch Hashem, adolescents, sensitivity to their needs. I would like to point out something that you are undoubtedly aware of, and that is your son's age. He is in transition from youth to maturity, a time of life that entails considerable strain. During this sensitive period of adolescence, it is particularly important not to do anything that might aggravate the strain.
Oh, same one. We're going to do 5.
I'm going to say number 1.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out something you are undoubtedly aware of, and that is your son's age. He is transitioned from youth to maturity, a time of life that entails considerable strain. During this sensitive period of adolescence, it is particularly important not to do anything that might aggravate strain.
You too?
Yep. No, 1. You do 1, 2. Yeah.
You do 1, 2.
What? I'd like to point out something you are undoubtedly aware of, and that is your son's age. He's in transition from youth to maturity, a time of life that entails considerable strain. In this sensitive period of adolescence, it is particularly important not to do anything that will aggravate the strain.
Is it 1?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I would like to point out something you are undoubtedly aware of. That is your son's age. He's in transition from youth to maturity, a time of life that entails considerable strain. During the sensitive period of adolescence, it's particularly important not to do anything that might aggravate the brain. Strain.
Uno más.
I would like to point out something you are undoubtedly aware of. That is your son's age. He's in transition from youth to maturity, time of life that entails considerable strain. During this sensitive period of adolescence, it is particularly important not to do anything that might aggravate strain.
Beautiful. Okay, so now
Number two.
I'm gonna do words. So I'm gonna take the first word. I'm gonna say the first word that comes to my mind. You're gonna do the same one, and then you're gonna do the next one.
You should take a random word.
No. I'm gonna start from I. And he's gonna do I. You're gonna do wood.
Wait, what?
Okay? You say wood, and the first word that
I
comes
think
to mind.
so.
Oh, Nehemia, welcome.
Instead of switching off everyone, we're switching off everything.
Yes. So, okay. Is it on the thing? Does he have the text?
We can send it to him.
Nehemia is posting the
He
text
just
right
needs it
now.
for
onto
he
the
needs
group.
it for the word. So like,
Yeah.
I mean for the reading, not for
I used to play this.
All right. I Rev.
I
Nehemia. The word wood.
Can't hear him.
Why is he on mute?
So we shouldn't hear the noise.
Stop me.
Nehemia, you hear me?
He's always walking around.
Well, he can't tell you that he hears
He's
you.
always walking around.
Okay, we're continuing. Unless you speak up. You have to take yourself off mute, bro.
Sir?
And once, and twice, and three times. So,
It's not solar.
I don't think he hears. I just listen.
wood. The first one. First one that came to mind.
Morning wood. That house to could. I don't know how that connects.
Which
Wood. Wood as in the wood outside or wood I would do
Wood,
something?
right here in the
Wood.
wood.
Okay.
Could, I think.
GD.
Yo, wood.
See the wood, but you guys are pronouncing carrots.
Here we go. Don't say morning if that's the word. No. On the first one. There we go.
The wood. The wood.
Wood.
Said word.
Wood.
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 Okay.
Wood.
Like.
love.
Like suck.
What the heck?
Two.
What did I say?
The word said
First word that comes
Two.
to when you say near the word.
What is it? What is it? So
3.
2. 3.
4.
Point.
Don't be
Sharp.
different. Hey, what? How much 4 with a point?
God.
Yes.
I say out.
Yes, out.
A word for out.
First word that comes to when you say out.
More. Because I look at that.
Word. Out.
Oof.
Bottom.
Okay. Here. What we got? Say a minute?
A minute and then 30 seconds.
Why we do what we're doing now?
Why would we
I can
explain
do
it
my
on the
best.
show?
Hold on.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's just-
Okay, so first of all, good morning, everybody. It's absolutely phenomenal to see you, especially So, I'm very excited. I think one of the nicest things about this is to be able to pay attention to somebody else. Sometimes throughout the day, I'm busy with everything else besides for like people. So maybe, to spend a few minutes with somebody, it's nice to be able to hear what he has to say. And maybe even it's just a random and there's no connection between wood and good. Maybe there's a very good connection. So, and I think that's what we're trying to go for here. That's what the letter is trying to say, is that I think there's great strain during, we're talking about teenage years.
Not easy.
I have to give you this time. Why go to sleep?
You gotta move in.
No, no, yeah.
A minute? No, I'm good by you.
The sleeping bag is talking.
We do it at 9 p.m. Time, yeah.
Good morning, people. Damn. Yo, hella tired. Came at the studio like 4 a.m. Wow. Okay, so I know everyone by the table, which means no one joined Jets. Damn. Morning, Mr. Firestream. And yeah, everyone there. Wake and bake, as they call it in England. High as shit. Yo, sweet, bro. Like you sing like a king. Yo, I was meant to be in Jets for perm. Yeah, it didn't work out too well. I ended up being in London and ended up being crazy. I went to this mad club in like Camden Town. Damn, it was fucking amazing.
Right, your turn.
Talk about something.
You have a minute to say what you want to say.
It's always the worst when you have nothing you're supposed to speak and you have nothing to say.
Politics. What's going on in Crown?
So what happened in Pueblo?
No, actually, today's learning, I think, whatever we're doing here, should be let's add it to show. There was another attack this morning, and actually we're serious. That's right. So, number one, I just killed half a minute, and number two is this thing. No, for real, no. Number two is the hardest thing I have in the morning is waking up and actually being in the morning. So not only we have to learn how to listen to people in the morning, we should learn. I hope this helps somehow. And 5, 4, 3.
So nervous.
Morning. Pass.
Huh?
Pass.
Say something.
See, move the cycle on.
Morning, good morning. I enjoy just learning how to listen. Take it away, Shalom.
Thank you, Kobe. Good morning, everyone. This generally works better when you're listening and trying to hear what other people have to say. That's a big part of it. Not the whole thing, and you also get your chance to speak like right now. But if you're listening, you do gain something. You gain a skill. For some people, it seems to be like a struggle. And it's hard for me to hear stuff to certain people. And if I could hear everyone, it would be nice. And everyone, including those of you who do talk during other people's minutes. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's good for everyone.
My heart is beating very, very fast right now. I have 3 things to say. First off, it's so good. This is like half of Jets right now. So, like, I wonder how that other half is waking up. You know, it's like half people are gone, you know? So that's a weird feeling. Number 2 is, you know, like the people, good mythical morning, you know? We need like a good morning thing, like FiveAlive morning. That's too long, you know? That's another thought thing about it. We have to have like good live morning. Third thing is, I'm just going to translate what I got from this right away. I got TikTok. I don't know why I just went with the girls because it makes sense. The first talk is talking about like the son's age is developing, and then there's things that he's going through, and then like if you like don't like bother that person. So right away I think this was like a girl's thing, and then it just changed to a boy. I just think that, or just a boy, and like he's 13, 14, and he's maturing, and if it's a boy, then I don't understand the whole how he could like aggravate the strain, but that's why it makes sense with the girl. And that's how you kill him in the fire state.
So what I heard, I might be off, I might get it right. What I heard when Rabbi Isaac said, "I Rebbe," he was like saying, "I want to identify with the Rebbe," a yearning, you know. And when I heard, you know, Firestein say "would," "could," he was like emboldening the would, not just would you, but you could. And you know, and I saw Kobe go from like to love, you know, which is like even more like don't just like, love. And I heard you went the opposite. Instead of like, you said suck. Like everything sucks instead of liking it. That's the way I understood it. Anyway, I might be wrong. Am I right? Those are the ones that stuck out for me. What you did say, which struck me, was like, oh yeah, teenage men don't have struggles. Like I'm like, really? Like what? Do only girls have struggles? I mean, give me a break. Hey, that's where I am.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Out of all the times I've been in FiveAlive in and out, this is probably, I think, the biggest group, which is actually a bit intimidating, but it's good. I like it. It's a lot to share. It's a lot to share to the public. I don't know what to say. I think that I'm trying to think of something. Let's talk about this. I think it is very important that when someone is in strain, that you don't don't start like tickling with his feelings, you know, when like he's not doing don't say Kobe. When he's going through something.
And it's a pleasure to be here. It's the first time ever in FiveAlive. It's nice, interesting, very interesting actually. Just to continue with what Abba was saying a bit, Mendo, that in the mornings, like not everyone's the happiest or not everyone's very talkative. Respect that and don't steer him mice, poke him up. Yeah. Carry on.
Good morning.
Also, don't take people.
Just to say something on what the Rebbe was saying here, I was just thinking that for kids our age, I think a very important skill to learn is to be able to. I mean, there's always going to be things in the brain that are going to pop in, feelings that aren't going to necessarily be want to feel, thoughts. But I think that the main thing for our age is to just know that, like, what am I identifying with? What's me, and then what are just okay, whatever. Yeah, there's things that I have to deal with. There's things that are there. What's me? Meaning when I wake up or when I'm just throughout the day, what's my headspace? What's my like constant headspace? So is it the negative, the things that I don't really want to feel, or is it the things that I do want to feel? I think that's in our position to do that.
I went to Venice Beach yesterday. They want to know what happened at Venice Beach. Walking down, disgusting sight. An 80-year-old woman. Saw her vagina. Her vagina was exposed. Holy crap! She was broke us now. I was walking down to Venice Beach. It was a nice day. Everyone, chicks, everything was skating and balls the beach. And then, like crazy, it's like a different country. It's like Brazil or something crap like that. Probably like Brazil, but and you see people in vagina suits. Disgusting. It would be okay if it was someone who was younger than me, but it was an 80-year-old woman.
Thank you, everybody. Moving right along. This is particularly true in a country. Oh, 30 seconds.
No.
Yeah. What's 30-second comment? If anybody has a comment to say, you have 30 seconds to say. So I want to say thank you very much, everybody that attempted or even didn't attempt to speak. I appreciate that. I gained a lot already, and I was thinking of which side to take. You know, maybe I should take the side of like what you're saying. I also understood that from you know, like boys, you know, us boy teenagers, we don't struggle with anything. We don't have any stress. I know you didn't say that. I know you didn't say that. You said that about girls that they do, but like boys, I don't know, like what's straight. So I'm gonna say, yeah, what's straight? We're not stressed, right? Us guys, there's no strain, no stress.
It's so funny. Yeah, I think it was just 2-3 weeks ago. You saying I'm never coming to FiveAlive.
Me?
Yeah. I'm saying. I mean, just one person here. I do not want to see whoever it is. Yeah, I thought you would do it.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Go ahead. You got less than 30 seconds.
I don't know what just happened, but it's probably from Purim, but your voice sounds like itchy Kaduzi. Just a small little comment.
Fire shit, men, go.
If you want to add something to the minute, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Context, okay.
Yes.
I want to understand why the Shluchim brought people on a trip to a nude beach.
Nude?
What?
Hey, it seems rough.
I mean, did you not?
That's rough.
And like, you shouldn't push buttons at Schneider in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you confront him about, oh, you would never come here. Like, leave it alone, whatever.
This thought popped into my mind that sometimes a silent victory is a real victory. I don't know. And also, Levi, I like what you said. And maybe you could enlighten us what you identify with and where we can find something to identify with. That's it. 2, 1.
How long does a victory have to last in order for it to be considered a victory? And also, no,
3 seconds.
No, say it, go.
Can I say something without being cut off, please? I just want to say it was funny enough because you're saying that guys can't be like get their buttons pushed, and then like as everyone's saying that, you're like I don't know. Say your piece.
First of all, happy live morning. Get it? Because live is part of FiveAlive, and we're actually live, and it is live, and it's lit. Like lit. To clarify, so people are not understanding the joke, I did not say once that guys don't have stress or all that crap. I'm just saying the line that says here that guys do not have a time of life that entails considerable strain. That is pointing specific time of neither of period. We do not have that specific time. And yes, guys have stress.
Is that period like a period or like a period?
Yeah, so I have to take responsibility because it was my idea. I felt that the beach would be a good idea. I hope it was the right idea. You know, in general, I feel like the struggles will always be there along with the opportunities. There's the ocean. I think that's really a topic that we could talk about. Like, there's the ocean, there's the sand, there's beautiful things to look at, and then there's also other things that are, and even the traumatic moments of our life. Do we move on from them? Do we need to get stuck in them? Do we need to revisit them in our mind over and over?
Okay, just to point out, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, and I really hope I don't. If someone thinks I am. I worked a lot on this, especially last year. It actually gets me nervous that like this. It's always like the people that don't really talk during their minute have to talk about everyone else's minute. I give their little comment. I probably do it too sometimes. So I really I try not to, but try to be considerable. Like someone else trying to talk, it's his minute. You don't want to be.
Just want to clarify that the shluchim did not take anyone to New Beach, and not only that, the students were actually very amazing. They took a quiet spot. no one really was around. There no schmutz went on, right? All covered by it.
Except for 7 years.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
That was
Yeah.
good.
You go. So all you
No, Kobe, I wanted to tell you that what I was saying wasn't about saying it. Also is a topic to talk about identity, but I was just talking about just like subconscious and conscious. Meaning what thoughts am I taking into my self identity, and what thoughts am I saying like, okay, whatever, they're not me. That's not kind of be able to. I think everyone has that already. The thoughts that do want to be there and thoughts that don't.
So I thought I did the bad one Sunday. Apparently, did much worse. David. So yeah, you enjoyed that?
I wasn't there.
Oh, who was there? Who was there? Raise the hands. Okay, I know you enjoyed it. Who enjoyed the beach? Then the beach. Oh, Kobe was the one that went all out. Yeah, I can tell.
What do you mean all out?
What do you?
All right. Paragraph number 2. This is particularly true in a country such as this, where even mature adults are prey to forces of negative cultural and street influence, and it requires much willpower not to succumb. How much more so where a teenager is concerned?
I see any day now.
Like now.
Ains Fair Drive, take it away.
Big drive?
I'm not that. The winner was not on the camera side. This is particularly true in a country such as this, where even mature adults are prey to forces of negative culture and street influence, and requires much willpower not to succumb. How much more so we're teenagers.
This is particularly true in a country such as this, where even mature adults are prey to on negative cultural and street influence. It's requiring much willpower not to succumb. How much more so where a teenager is concerned.
I pass.
No. Just read it. This one.
Okay, this is particularly true in a country such as this, where in matters of adults are prey to forces of negativity, cultural, and street influence, and it requires much willpower not to succumb. How much more so where the teenager is concerned.
This is particularly true in a country such as this, where even mature adults are prey to forces of negative cultural and street influence, and it requires much willpower not to succumb. How much more so where a teenager is concerned.
Something or the new one?
This. Yeah, the new one.
This, maybe.
This.
What do I say now? This.
First word.
This.
Pops to your head. What you think about?
Nothing.
No.
Okay.
This is
So
reality.
That's two.
Is
I said no. Say a few words.
is here.
One word.
Here.
Here. Particularly. Is here, or here?
The word particularly.
Here,
Mhm.
why do I say this? You said this.
Down.
Particularly sexual.
True self.
Seriously.
In
I like this game. Me.
I'm supposed to say
In. First word that comes to your mind when you say in.
A. Queer.
Which one is it?
1 minute, no?
No, but like which
Act.
folder?
Minute. Minute.
Oh, this is only one of them.
Minutes and seconds, and that says minutes. No?
Got it. Yeah, this is very true. What it's saying here, obviously. I don't have to say that really, but I want to say it. Oh, what you were saying. I like what you're saying because it's true. We can control what we think, but it's just sometimes it's like such a struggle to even like I'm thinking to myself like, what do I want to think? I want to think that, but I don't want to think it. Like in the long run, I don't want to. In the short run, I want to think it. Like I want my brain to be filled with the worst things possible, and like differentiating what's actually gonna want, like what I want to stay there over the long run and what I don't. I think it's easy to actually differentiate it, but like to actually make that decision to switch between thinking, it's like one of the biggest struggles. But that will like lead me to actually doing good things. Whatever. I feel like it's good that I'm working on thought, but it's really tough. It's really tough because the thought's always gonna pop in your mind about what you do with it.
Happy FiveAlive morning. Boom. Happy FiveAlive morning. That's lit word, by the way. Another I wanted to say was, I'm actually really happy that guy is here, but not here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Yosh David's here, pretty lit. Like, yo, stop, dude. Because he's like puffing in, you know? Yeah, I do know. Anyways, I'm trying to read the second paragraph. It's feels very hard and to get, to connect. So I'm reading it over and over. There's a lot of simple, but not simple words to comprehending and understanding. Let me know about the happy FiveAlive morning. It's not good FiveAlive. It just makes them happy FiveAlive morning.
Nothing about any of it.
Boom! Yeah.
Happy FiveAlive morning. Dude,
Yeah.
So I wanted to share what Kobe Chaim Moshe Akain was asking. Where do I know? What's my anchor? Who am I? And then from there, all the struggles, all the waves come and try to knock me down. I'm going to have to stand strong. And it's interesting because when the topic of the beach came up, automatically I felt like, oh man, did I do the right thing? Especially reading paragraph 2. Teenagers are already struggling and you're sending them to a place where the struggle, is even more real. But the truth is, I had to listen to my inner voice, and my inner voice was saying, no, that's not what the Rebbe is saying. What the Rebbe is saying is that I have to be an anchor within myself. I have to be strong within myself. I have to educate people as well to be strong within themselves. And then as the struggles come along, then like we know we're going to withstand it.
So as I was reading along, other people reading the paragraphs, I was like, I don't know what this is. Like, it starts out saying, I would like to point out who's your son, which country are we in right now? That's so much harder than other places. Like, what's going on? Yeah, no, I don't know. That's basically what I'm trying to figure out. Is it? I just want to know where this came from. But yeah. Yeah. I'm nothing else to say.
So back to that point. I think the idea is just to be able to really just realize that, because we always talk about in Chassidus, what does it mean that I'm my core, like I'm my true self? What does that mean? I think practically what that means is that when I think about anything in my life, that's just let's say clay over what I really am. Meaning what I really am wasn't touched by anything. Meaning all my powers that I have, and let's say we're shut down because of a trauma, or I have an insecurity towards something. So let's say I'm not going to use that. In truth, it's all really there, and it's all untouched. So I think that brings out that I have the ability to do anything. because all those powers are all there. They're all untouched.
My eyes tough right now. Like he's getting a little bit subconscious right now. I actually wanted to bring up a point though. Can't say. Okay. Learn a lesson.
Self-conscious. He's conscious of self. That's a good thing. That's what he's talking about this whole time. Anyway, this is a letter from the Rebbe. So I is the Rebbe. Whose son? Some person that wrote to the Rebbe. Which country? This one. This one. This is where all the schmutz is at. And it takes a lot of willpower to not give in to all the social pressure and societal pressure that is going on there. So he's saying it's difficult for an adult to do that. That means someone that already knows who he is and has a strong backbone and stuff. It's very difficult for an adult that, already matured to not give in to all the social pressure and all the other temptations that are in the streets and around. So how much more so a teenager? So if I just put on more pressure, it's no good. Huh?
I said all I could think about now is falling asleep.
Awesome.
Oh baby, oh baby.
Go, perfect time.
Oh, so wow. So I raised few ups to come here. I just want to tell you something. Something that blew my mind today. When somebody says I know something, I know. Just to say I know. He is really a crazy guy. What do you know? If you know, you have to step on what you know. That's the idea of knowing. So you know God, what you know. So I'm just telling you, I realize the idea of concept of knowing, just say I know, mature, I don't care what you call it, but you make a terminology in your brain, say what is it, this is really sick. So be very careful when you say I know. When you say I know God, I know somebody, if you know, you have to act on it. Everything you know, you have to act on it, because anyways you act on it. Even the idea of say Elohim, Munavai, all the names of God is also association. I know God is Das Elyon. I know. Thank you very much for doing. We love to see you guys. Amazing. Oh, crazy, beautiful.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so speak up real quick. We're speaking about being conscious or not being conscious. So, example that was always told was we went to the beach someday, Jenny walking down the street. So, to see something and just see it, that can happen. There's nothing you can do about it. But that turning around, looking again on it, that is something that you decide to make conscious in your brain. The example that I look at, being conscious, being aware of what you're doing, and general, yeah, it's true. Even mature adults, I mean, not mature about, but even adults, like you're in the Pacific, Rabbi's always telling you when you grow up, you get married, everything changes. You realize all you're getting, the same problems are still there. Still got to work. It's just not going to go away by time. That's something that this paragraph, I'm seeing the paragraph, to be practical and saying that problem.
So like sometimes sometimes like you see something you can turn away or whatever, but like sometimes your head just turns, like it happens, like it's automatic, like it's on remote control. Yeah, I think this thing needs some serious
name developers, you know, to work on it because I mean, you can't call it 6:30 because like it just doesn't sound good. And FiveAlive, I guess, sounds good, but it's a lie. And I don't like getting up at like 7 and being and like, oh, by the way, 5 in the morning, we're not as good as like what the name is and like whatever. That's just.
Wow. Remember something really funny. Guys, knows what I'm thinking about. I'm not good at math. We'll talk later. Ass.
Seconds.
Move this one out if you're not going to like it. I really want to see that game. Don't move a muscle. Don't move a muscle. Oh. All right. Okay, we're in.
Just want to thank Noah for like helping get this set up from the beginning. Like from when I announced it, he was giving me some major support. So thank you, Noah. I appreciate it. I didn't know like haven't you ever joined even? I feel like you get the impression you haven't, but that's pretty cool. So thank you for listening to when I was speaking, obviously, because you would listen to my words. So I know you put a concentrated effort into that, so thank you.
First of all, last year I was one of the first ones to join FiveAlive. It was in the dorm with like 3 teachers and like student, and it was 2 students, and like I was a half student. I showed up a few times. I wasn't really there. I want to try to like know when I got this is that this kid is just saying that it's going to be a rough time, and especially in this country where he's not supposed to give in to this crap. And then they're just saying about how much to.
So I find like yesterday I went to a place to put time a little bit and I got kicked out of the event and it hurt. It's like ouch, like they escorted me off the premises. And then I went, door knocking for real estate and a lot of people give you, and then one person says, yeah, I would like to make a deal with you. I would like to call you. And that's all that counts. It's that one yes.
Okay, I'm Yaska. I'm very happy to see you, first of all. I'm so happy here, and especially what I'm about to say now in my 20 seconds, I want you to hear it too. Get nafas from this. Basically, so we one of the first times I actually did this was last year. We used to wake up really early in the morning. I think we started at 6. Let's go to 8 or something like that. We have to be up at like 5. And this became normal. Last year it was totally not normal. This all of a sudden became very normal. And I have to say that like that because it's
I think what Yoski was saying about the DOS is kind of what we were talking about. Meaning my DOS is pretty much who I am. What am I living with? What's my headspace? Meaning with the things we were talking about, the things exist. Whatever, but it's not my DOS. It's not who I am. We're not saying the problems don't exist. They exist. It's about identification. So the DOS, which is identification, has to be with the right things.
I'm talking about the struggle of today, right? It's basically it's in ourselves the struggle. It's basically everything today world is like basically handed us on a silver platter. 100 years ago, they had to actually try and fight for their lives while we are living in comfortability and we can just let the day pass. And we should not let that, but it's harder today, so don't care.
Wow, so many good stuff to be said. Yes, you got it. You're pretty. I mean, I didn't hear your last question there, but usually said like, usually. One I could say something good, and I'm like, okay, I want to respond to that, but there was a bunch. So good stuff. I was totally choshesh b'ksherim. I was like hoping that you're gonna like pay attention to that when he said it, and you did. You nailed that, and like did it way better than me. So yeah, that was hard.
Yoska, you need to come here. That's all I have to say.
Lion tomorrow. I ask.
Miaska, 30 seconds.
So I realize all these transgenders, what happen now is because of the religious people. All the sickos, because the religious people have this, I know. So I know I'm a female. I know I'm a man. What do you know? You know, I clayed you. You're my clay-doh. Basically, because of the religious people, all the sicknesses, because that's, you see, all the guys who become transgender, religious people give strength to all the not religious people because they don't know what they're doing.
Thank you, Miaska.
Real quick, by the way, Oscar, in Sheer Basement Sifta, Ollie Terman Sifta, you popped in with the crew, Fuchs and Isaac's brother, and you try doing this with a bunch of Ollie Turnings that you say they think they know everything. And now, a couple of years later, when I'm in Jets, you're seeing a little bigger picture. You realize that these things actually, I mean, it's my first day, I can't say for sure it's going to help, but it looks like this. It's going somewhere. So, that's Hashem.
Are we just like going in circles, like?
Yeah.
So like 30 seconds. So, I don't really. I like. Not that I don't remember what everyone just said. Like, it's like it's in there as a mix because like people just spoke, so it's like still like like I'll remember like that guy said that and that guy said that. So like.
I think that's a wrap. I went already. I did my 30 seconds.
He's not. No, I also did 30 seconds.
Okay, pass.
All right.
Want to talk
more? What do
you
you
guys
want to
say?
say? What do you want to say?
No, I want to say.
Timing.
Wow, thank you very much. Wow, amazing. Crazy stuff.
Thank you for joining.
Amazing.
Wow.
Were you able to hear?
I want to start. You want to something very interesting. The Israeli government, they didn't know what to do because they train you when you're a pilot. All these special units, they train you how to be if you captivity. If you coming, you put you in jail. If people catch you and you have secrets, and they make you suffer. In captivity. So they train you 2 weeks. They make you sick. They like you in captivity. You eat shit. Like you eat everything. So they didn't know. If it make people suffer so bad. So they didn't know what to do. Look what's happened. Abba, you're gonna love what I'm gonna tell you. So they didn't know. After this, when POWs came from the war, they asked one of the pilots. So we should continue this training of how you be in captivity. So look what he said. The guy said when they caught me. When they caught me as a pilot, they put me in captivity. So they put me in shit, a lot of shit and a lot of stuff. And you know what's happening? What's happening? I remember I was there before. You got it? Okay,
Okay, Yaska, you starting to cut off.
Okay, all the blessings to guys. Good.
It's good to see you smile. It's good to see you smile.
Whoa, Noach. Amazing. The love you give me, Noach. Thank you for not giving up on me.
Oh, I don't give up on anybody. I give up on myself only.
Don't worry, I take care of you very soon. Everything is all right. It's Hashem, and I wish I'd be quicker all the time. And Sholem, thank you for being there. Sholem, thank you for all the effort. Amazing, guys. Thank you very much. Wow.
All right.
Bye.
Let's get tomorrow on time.
No, I guess.
Stop the broadcast.
Let's take a picture. I want a selfie of the day. Take a shit.
What did you say?
I'm asking if you're going to be able to join tomorrow on time or you're not available.
What time is the time? What time is starting? I want to know the time.
7 to 8 our time.
7 to our time. This means from
10 to 11 your time.
10 o'clock to 11. Tomorrow I have a meeting at 10 o'clock by doctor. 10:30. I have to travel to Manhattan, so I don't know. I'm going to join. I'm going to try to see if it's possible. I wish I want to be, and try to be every day. Otherwise, God willing. Okay. I see you serious guys. guys, you're gonna make the future. The Rebbe is everything the Rebbe wants to implement, you're gonna implement. Abba, I don't know why it's Abba, because I said Abba is a man. You know, it doesn't matter.
Come on.
No, it's not. I don't give a. When somebody said, okay, I'm happy to see Itzi, all of you. Thank you very much. I don't want to give. And you, my friend over there at the back, the philosopher, you know, the blue skirt. Beulah, you're capable. Beulah, it's very dangerous. Beulah, you're capable to become a monkey. You if you don't take charge, you become a monkey. I promise. Or a gorilla. And you should know what the gorilla is. You know the gorilla in the National Geographic. You know what the gorilla is? The gorilla is the most powerful animal. And look what the gorillas say. Okay. Beulah, it's good to see you, all of you. Okay, I'm going to speak to you. Okay,
Isaac, how do you close this, Isaac?